¿Ya estamos? Hola, me llamo señorita Ruddock y estamos en la clase de español. Esto es un video para la clase de español. My name is Miss Ruddock and this is a classroom procedure video. This is a classroom procedure video for our Spanish classes. In this video, we'll be going over entry tasks, homework, and latent makeup work. Entry tasks, homework, and latent makeup work. So first of all, as everybody was coming in the room today, what is the very first thing that you always do in this classroom when you come in? Sign in. You always first sign in on the binder. What's the second thing you do? Before you ask me, Miss Ruddock, what are we doing in class today?
Read the blog.
Okay, we look at the blog. That is absolutely the second thing we do whenever we walk in this room is you look at the blog. And the blog will tell you, you can leave it there, the blog will tell you whether or not you're sitting in Chromebook seats or whether you get to sit wherever you want. And the blog will give you a general idea of what we're doing today. My blog can be found at, repeat after me, Spanish with Shasta.
Spanish with Shasta.
I'm taking the class of Spanish with Shasta.com. SpanishWithShasta.com is my website. And this is what it will look like. Sir, if you will please click on the lines right up here for me, you will notice that I have a different blog for each one of my classes. So you click on your class's blog if it's not already up. And then you pull it up. It'll always have the date on it. And then it will tell you what you need to do to get started in the class today. If you'll scroll down just a tiny bit more, okay, when the bell rings, I expect that every day when the bell rings, two things need to be out on your desk. Two things need to be out on your desk. When the bell rings, no matter what, whether the blog's up or not, what two things are going to need to be on your desk, no matter what? Okay, your homework and this participation and homework sheet. Okay, from now on. And you guys, taking out a pencil is not something I should even have to tell you to do. If the blog says write something down, then clearly you're going to need a pencil unless you plan to write in blood. So, just get out a pencil. Miss Ruddock is not going to start the class by saying, okay, we're in Spanish class, welcome, take out a pencil, take out your Spanish book. You should already know that. If you're in Spanish and you need your Spanish book, then take out your book. Yes? Todo bien? So when the bell rings, immediately, no matter what two things are on your desk? Whether you did the homework or not, what is on your desk? Homework and? Yep, the stamp, participation, conversation, homework. We don't know what we're going to call it, but that sheet. Todo bien? Okay, every single week on Mondays, you will get a new one of these. Every single week on Mondays, you will get a new one of these. And we will label it for that week. So if we change the camera back there, and go back to the Elmo, please. You will notice we have an example one, so on the button at the base. There you go. Nice job. So you will pick up a new one of these every single Monday, and you're going to write the week. So this is our first week of class, so we have, repite, semana, uno. Semana uno.
Semana uno.
Okay, and then we have, repite, la semana.
La semana.
La semana means the week, day. What does day mean? Of. Del means of the. And then you're always going to write Monday's date right here, so you know which week this pertains to, okay? And then you'll notice that for every day, it says the day, repite, el lunes.
El lunes.
Okay, and then you have a spot right here to write an entry task, if we have one for that day. This is where you're going to do your entry task for that day, if we have one. If we don't have one, then you just follow the directions on the blog and prepare yourself for the class. But what you are going to do every single day is you're going to write down the homework for the day under the section that says, repite, los deberes.
Los deberes.
La tarea.
La tarea.
Los deberes.
Los deberes.
These are both words for homework. These are both words for homework, and students are always going to write the homework assignment down here. Okay? That way, when you come into class the next day and the bell rings and you take out your homework and your stamp sheet, your participation sheet, okay, I will come around to you and I'm going to do two things. One, I am going to stamp your homework right on top of where you wrote the homework down. I'm going to stamp it. Okay? Second thing I'm going to do is I am going to physically sign your actual homework assignment with my initials on it. Why do I physically sign your homework sheets? And why is it the student's responsibility to get that signature from me? It's not my responsibility. It is literally the student's responsibility to call me over there and say, hey, you forgot to sign my homework. Will you please do so? Why? Absolutely. This is this is essentially your insurance policy against my errors. Guys, I have 150 students. You can guarantee I'm going to make a data entry error. Like, you can just guarantee it. Right now, on every one of your accounts, I'm going to make at least one data entry error. Okay? And in order to make sure that you get the credit that you deserve, if I make an error in Skyward and I don't give you credit for something, the only proof you need to do is bring me that piece of paper that has my signature on it, and you're going to turn it in to the late and makeup folders. Okay? And if we can scan to the back, please, you will notice that in the back, on the back wall, there are 4 different folders, all labeled for each of my periods. This is where you turn in late work, makeup work, and homework. Okay? This is where you turn it in. Todo bien with that? So in the future, in order to get credit for your late work and your makeup work, what are you going to have to turn it in with? Your participation sheet, so that I can sign it off on there. Okay? Participation sheets are only going to be checked once a week on Fridays. When are these going to be checked? Every single week? Fridays. You're going to turn this in, and I'm going to put in your grade for participation on the entry tasks and homework. And in Skyward, all it's going to say is Semana Uno, participation and homework. Okay? And then you'll have a grade for it. So let's say you miss the entire week. You're gone for something. What I will have is right by each of the classes' homework. Okay? I always post homework in 2 different spots. Every single day, you can find the homework either written on the board, yes, written on the board, or what's the other place you can find my homework?
Blog.
On the blog. What's my blog? SpanishWithShasta.com. SpanishWithShasta.com, and then you go to your class's blog, and then you can get it signed off, or you can see what the homework is. I will also always physically write it on the board. I will also, every single Friday, put a master copy of the week's homework assignments and entry tasks right up here so that you guys have it if you're late and you want to make up work. Does that sound okay to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so as long as you get your homework checked off by Friday, you will receive full credit for it, yes? Yes? As long as you turn in this sheet by Friday, you will get full credit for it. So this even means that I am allowing students increased flexibility to do their homework during the week around their own schedule. It's usually my goal to have the blog for the entire week updated by Sunday or Monday. It's not happening for finals week, but usually the whole blog is up by Sunday or Monday for the whole week, yes? And students can turn in their homework anytime throughout the week for full credit. This means that, let's say today is Wednesday, yes? And let's say, may I use you as an example? Okay, let's say Miss Cora does not do her homework on Monday night, but on Tuesday night she does both assignments, yes? This means that on Wednesday morning, she comes in, she takes out both nights' homework assignments, and when I come by to stamp her homework, all she has to do is say, hey, Ruddock, can you please sign off Mondays also? And then that is a much faster way to grade late and makeup work, yes? Okay? Now, here's going to be the catch. Is she even penalized for turning it in late? No, she still gets full credit for it. That's where you're gaining some flexibility in this. If she doesn't have the homework done, okay, and decides to work on it during the weekend and wants to turn in the homework late on Monday, that is when she will get 50% for any late assignments. And only the assignments that are late. She will get full credit for the ones she's done on time, but any of the assignments that are turned in late, with this attached to it, to the late makeup folders, will be worth how many points? 50%. Okay, I am doing this because I am trying to incentivize students to do their homework every single week and have it turned in by, what day? Fridays, to have it due on Fridays, okay? Now why? Why with all the homework, you guys? I realize I have a class that gives homework every single night. I give it Monday through Thursday. Now, on average, how long should your homework take you? When you subtract out the time you're Instagramming and watching Netflix, how long does it take you? 10 to 15 minutes is truly what I'm asking for. 10 to 15 minutes a night. And you guys, that is because to learn a foreign language requires practice. When you show up to your English class, you've had 15 years of practice already on day 1. When you come here, you've had 0 days of practice. Okay? And so we have to practice literally 10 minutes a night in order to learn language. Does that sound reasonable to everybody? Yes? Everybody's good on the Latework? Homework procedures? We know where to turn in our homework every day at the beginning of class. Okay, let's say this. What do? Let's say Mr. Golden is gone on Friday when we turn in our homework. How does he get credit? Okay, repite, ausente.
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 Ausente means absent, and all he would need to do is on Monday when he returns, he would write ausente on the top of this sheet. That way I don't give him 50% for everything, yes? He'll write ausente on the top of his sheet. He's going to attach any of that week's homework assignments that he needs checked off, and he's going to turn it into the late makeup folders that are on the wall. Is that reasonable for everybody? Total be in with that? Yes? Okay. How do you know what to do for an entry task at the very beginning of class? It's on the blog. You look at it when you first come in the door, yes? Where do you do your entry tasks? On your participation stamp sheet in the big box. Where do you write down your homework? Right below that in the Los Deberes box. This is where I'll be stamping it. Let's say I only stamp Cora's and then I move on to the next one. What does she need to do? Call me back and get a signature. This is her insurance in case I make an error. This is her insurance in case I make an error. Okay. Any other questions about homework, late work? Where can homework be found? What the homework is in 2 places. On the blog, www.SpanishWithShasta.com, and your class blog, and physically written on the board. Physically written on the board. Absolutely. ¿Todo bien? No questions? All right. Adios.